Hello, welcome back. Last time I solved a beautiful little constraint puzzle down here, and it was great. I think I want to stick with this basement. I feel like I would prefer it if the final room up here was the final room that I did. And by what I know about this world's room count, that should actually be the final. I mean, there's a room here. It'll have a gold star in it. I assume there isn't a puzzle. Might not be a safe assumption. But anyway, let's go down here. What does this look like? Hee! That's a lot of poison. Alright, sign says, inspired by Conway's soldiers. I don't know what that is. But I recognize Conway, and usually I'd hear like Conway's Game of Life. I don't know if it's the same Conway. Maybe. What on earth? Okay, so I'm trying to push that off and... How the... So I have a stacking mechanism, sort of. It's a little bit indirect. It needs an extra block to work. Actually, even then... Okay, wait, so... Goal is to get down here, push this off, and get back. There are block barriers... Okay, there are block barriers here. That changes things slightly. How? How? One of these is a monster. Should I look up what Conway's Soldiers is? I'm not going to. These are all trapdoors. What? I don't understand, like, even the beginning of what this room is asking me to do yet. So, okay, so first of all, can I use this as a stacking mechanism? With the bumbug's help, I should be able to. Alright, so let's get that buggy bug over here. Uh-huh, that's not gonna be the most trivial thing in the world. No, it's actually gonna be kind of tricky, but I can probably do it. Right, I want you to come this way a certain amount. Let's put some insulation here. Well, see, now I'm not getting that back. Okay, instead... Let's push instead of pulling, maybe. Well, even then... Even then, no. Alright, well I can push like that, I guess. I want to just push you south once. I mean, that's doable. Okay. And that was all I really needed, right? Alright, so Bumbug comes over here. Now, somehow with your assistance I can do stacking, right? Actually, no. The offset of this pressure plate makes me feel like I can't stack anything? I'm probably wrong somehow. I'm not sure yet how stacking would help me, but like, there's a mechanism here and I want to understand what I can do with it. So, something has to come off of that plate while Leaf is in one of these two positions. He can be moving toward one of these two positions while that happens, however... The only way that would be... Okay, I guess I know one. Okay, that's fine. So here's a way. Alright, I'm up. Alright, I made a stack. Alright, this is repeatable. think. Okay, so yeah, oops, stacking is possible. I don't yet know why I would do it, but it is possible to do. Not sure if the monster block can be involved with this in any way. I don't understand what happens once I'm down there, though. Like, I have to clear... So the suggestion is... one column all the way down and one column all the way up would be cleared of poison? Hold on a second. Okay, so before I think about things like that, let's look at some other patterns here. So check this out. Yeah, check this out. Thing that totally doesn't... Oh no, hold up. Do I have something going here? No, not really. Unless... Oh, wait, hang on. There are patterns here. Alright, I'm starting to see the Conway-ness of this. Okay. So I can do that. I don't know what's, like, the more advanced version of this, but, like... I could get all the way down here. I can't go back and forth or anything. Once I've done that, then all I could do is go across, and that's not really helping anything. If I'd put, like, this here, I could go down and then back. That doesn't feel like it's accomplished anything. I'm not dropping these into water like in a pile-up situation, so that's not... It's not the... I can't just, like, progressively unstack as I go unless I'm already at elevation 1. Could I be already at elevation 1? Maybe kinda. Also, a frightened bomb bug could eliminate one little bit of poison, changing the situation. Okay, but like, what does that change exactly? I mean, yeah, this is just... If this is a classical puzzle type that I've never encountered before, then that just means that I need to derive the solution to a classical puzzle expressed in these mechanics. Okay, so, alright, let's just look at the pieces and see things they can do. This can frighten a bomb bug. This cannot because of the grass here, unless it's already down there, which, if it is, the puzzle's probably done. This... I'm looking at the diagonal grid of this and wondering if there's some subtle cluing going on in there. Oh! That's interesting. The floor checkerboard does not apply to trapdoors? It wouldn't, yeah. Yeah, because trapdoors count as pits. It only looks at what's on the florist layer. I mean, that's not telling me anything. Like, if I need checkerboard for something, maybe. But I do note there is a checkerboard pattern of sorts being made in the flowers here, just in case that's telling me something. But this will only be able to be understood retroactively. Or maybe it's just that way because it looks pretty. So, some sort of movement pattern needs to help me carve my way through this poison. There are 4 blocks, there are 5 rows, there's 1 bomb bug. I need a trip there and back. My trip there... Okay, so here's a question. Working backward from this... Even if I steered a bomb bug there, there'd be nothing I could do to convince it to push this into space. I have to do it myself. And this is not coming back, that's on the south row. There's no way to move it north ever. So, alright, prerequisite to let's just work backward from solved puzzle. Leaf at exit with all monsters dead. Okay? Prior to that, all monsters have to die. You explode by me getting close or you eating poison. This one eats poison or goes into space. This one goes into space. That's the main thing. This goes into space. And, oh, okay, so this is why locking in the solution on this puzzle felt so weird, because there are no monster gates in the room. This was like the first Leaf's Odyssey puzzle I've ever solved with no monster gates in the entire room. This one is the same. Puzzles are just here 100% for their own sake. There is a marker on screen for solved not locked in. This changes to a little check mark, but that's very small and it's not a place I usually look. Like, I'm used to looking at the monster gate as I leave the room, I'm learning. Anyway, right, so, Leaf here able to leave with all monsters dead. All monsters dead means you've exploded or eaten poison. I guess technically you could also be on top of a block and pushed off, but that's unlikely. You've fallen or eaten poison, you've fallen. You falling specifically means Leaf is down here. Leaf down here means Leaf crosses this, because you're not crossing the space, and that's the only thing down there. It also means that I need a return trip. So Leaf crosses down once and back once. Trip back is easier in a way because there's no block barrier here to stop a block being pushed down. So, right, so if I have a block in such a way that I think the step before pushing this block is one of these on the southmost row with Leaf on its east or its west. That's not only the condition for having something to take me back. Oh, and I also need an unbroken column that I can push across at some point, just in case I'm using like all of these. But yeah, that's not only the condition for getting back, that's the condition for getting down. Well, that's not the condition for getting down. Like, if the bomb bug were able to eat some poison out of the last row and clear it for me, then I could just walk, but then I wouldn't have a way back. Yeah, because block has to be out of my way in order to actually step past this barrier, because otherwise I'm just in this situation. Okay. I've learned that I can do things that look like oh. Yeah, so that gets me down to row 2 with some horizontal movement, but it doesn't look any good, right? Hang on, so if I do this, and then somehow change it over to... No, I'm still not making any sense of this. Because, like, now this just does nothing, and so does that. Oh! Oh. Wait. Okay, that was good. I figured something out. What did I do? Circles lets me wipe out the poison and get down here, so I'm using twice as much width as the height I'm gaining. That's neat. Then what, though? That movement pattern requires... Can I do this in the other direction or something? Okay. So how do I get this clear now? Or alternately, like... Yeah, no, I have to specifically get this one clear now. So I have to, like, switch to a different pattern. And there's this. I don't know what this is for yet. I think it's very unlikely I'm putting a bomb bug on top of a block. I was imagining like having one ride on one of these, then I like get up high on this and pull it off, and that does something special, but I think both getting it on and getting it back off are probably out of reach. Getting a block on the bomb bug also seems out of reach. Okay, so I've learned the circling pattern that at least gets me one row short of where I need to be. It's a good start. Don't know why this is yet. Okay, so I think I need to understand like what I can do with that in order to understand what it's for. So... Here, you get out of here. Well, that's not gonna work. This could have, maybe? Alright, so I'm up, I can walk across that if I want, and in fact, I could have even done it this way around. Alright, fine, you come over here. If it's relevant, that allows walking to here. Could that be relevant somehow? I don't see how. See, I feel like I kind of need to work at this from both ends. Like, I need to understand what I can do with this to have the idea of, like, what I would want to do with it to help with this situation. Let's look at the circling pattern again. So if I'd start all the way over here, like westmost, then no. Okay, so I lose... So I guess, like, make it square like this. So this does align suspiciously well with the, that mechanism. Don't know how the monster block is involved yet. But with this pattern... that hasn't helped anything because that's just in the wrong place. Alright, so if I start there, that's too far west for theoretical... Alright, so if I'm going down here, let's just kind of want to see how things line up here. Oops. So the one I push south would be here at the westmost in order to leave one column looking like this. After this, it'd be great if somehow I could get here and then just dissolve this block. Or like, push it to the side, fling it off into space there, but that's not something I can do. A bomb bug could, but it would be exploding too close to me to do that. Okay. that feels like it works too well for that not to be part of the solution. Could I somehow do like two different... Can I do that twice? Let's do it here to the left. I did that in a funny place, so that's fine. Here, you don't get involved yet. I don't think I have enough blocks to do it twice. Yeah, because it uses up 2. If I want to do that to the right now, I don't have the blocks for it. I can do this the once, then I'm out of blocks. Can I do like 2 at once or something? Okay, that's an interesting idea. 2 at once. So one turns into the other. But what does that even mean? Nothing really. Is there a different shape that like actually looks like something if I do this? How could it? Okay, now hold on, but that's a different way to start this. That's a different way to start this that's a little bit more compact. I think. Yeah, okay, so I lose 1 column fewer if I start it that way. Yeah, so this resulted in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. Doing it the way I was doing it. Oops. Wait, is that any different? Yeah, because I did this first. That's gonna be 8 wide. Okay, so there's a 7 wide version, there's an 8 wide version. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So at the point that I've done that, though, I have 2 blocks already committed to this whole system, and it takes 3 to march 1 soldier in and get 1 back out. The 2 soldiers advance, the 1 comes back out, and then I just don't have enough stuff. So you can change, like, the initial conditions of this. You could do, for example, that. So now, here's a clean space with a block all the way over here, in case that means something? Could it mean something? If I do things this way, no. Is there any other way to do things where the answer would be yes? This is a 6 wide, same thing as I had, I think. Okay, cool. So what? Okay, so what I'm trying to do relies on there being a clean space in the bottom row without a block in it, but with the trapdoor undropped. So I suppose the thing to ponder is, how does that happen? A block moving diagonally does not help me, because that just puts a block on there. Yeah, so it has to be no block, no poison, yes trapdoor. No block, no poison, yes trapdoor. I'll worry about the way to get to it later. I guess I might need a clean space and then one to its north. Then I could like push something all the way down, go over, and yeah, that'd be great. Push that over, go down here, and be done. Okay, cool. So 2 clean spaces in a row. I only know how to make 0 of those. And I don't think that's a high enough number. Right, so I do that. I do something like this. You just get out of the way. Like, only at the time Leaf is specifically standing on the trapdoor are those conditions met. Getting them horizontally requires having a space to the south to push a block, and this block barrier forbids that. So once again, need a clean space in the south. So, I mean, one way to do that is like this. That makes 1 clean space, and I do kind of suspect that's the Bombug's purpose. Ah, okay, so I just realized I can make a spooking mechanism like this. I can prepare a spooking mechanism like... Okay, now getting that back down does require me to have a block on this side, which is fine. This is a spooking mechanism for... actually a Bombug at either elevation 0 or 1. So I toggle it one way or the other depending on which of those it's at. Could I get you up high? I guess maybe like what I would want is, in the process of doing this deal, when and how would this be? No, how, never. No, hang on. Let's say that right now this had a Bombug on it, and also was in this column. And... okay, so to end in that column, I would start... alright, let's actually set this up a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, I have to start... am I just covering diagonally? If I start moving here? If I'm starting moving there, then that's my way back, and I need you here. I think my calculations are off. By 1. Okay. So that would mean this instead. Okay, so that the pair lines up with, like, the edge of this. So right here, right now, let's say there's a Bombug on top of this. Pow, that poison is gone. Yes, and here's how I cash that in. Push left, exit. Okay, so that's now what I'm going to focus on. So the question is, can I get a bomb bug up on top of a push block? Maybe. I have several resources to do it. That would be real great if I could. I think I am repelling instead of attracting in order to move it from the door onto the block I want it to be on. Then maybe I can just be kind of quick about getting that back off to... Oh yeah, doesn't this just mostly work like this? Yeah, that seems nice and friendly. There, okay, that was easier than expected. Alright, and I think that does everything. I just have to keep track of which soldier is which, right? Okay, so... let's try doing it with the bomb bug, and see where that gets me. Don't need that monster block. Ah, false, I need that monster block still. That is to stay here. That can go here for now. Okay, so bomb bug starting there. How does that go? Oh, that was the wrong one to push. Bomb bug starting in the east. Okay, well here is a good example of using the block IDs. So I know this is push block A. With that knowledge, I back up and see what push block A was in the initial setup to this. It was the west one. I also just kind of watched that to see what it was, but like, if I went to exactly this state and wasn't watching intermediate, I could see this is push block A. That's the one I want to swap with push block B with the bomb bug on it. Alright. Bomb bug goes here. You stay out of sight for now. I guess you are because you're down on the ground anyway. So the one that comes out first ends up being the one in the key position. Here we go, key position. Spooker. You've been spooked. And now I think I'm done, right? Yeah! Alright! I forgot to do a step. Okay. You were unusable, so you get pitted just for fun. Yeah! Oh, that was cool! Alright. I'm gonna have to look up what Conway's Soldiers is now. I doubt it involved elevating and scaring a bomb bug with a monster block, but it probably did involve this, like, circular motion thing, maybe. Anyway, super cool. Alright, love it. 3 more to go down here, then we can maybe go back up top and actually finish the world.